Right, shall we start?
Yes, I think we should start.
Yes, yes, yes. A very good evening to all of you. I, Shishir Agrawal, the former past president of JCAG and right now committee member of JCAG, welcome you all on behalf of JCAG, Jaipur Chartered Accountants Group, and the Chamber of Tax Consultants, CTC, from all of the members of JCAG. Today, JCAG and CTC have come up with a very unique topic, which is not a general topic, that is legal drafting ki Pathshala, Alekhan. And we are fortunate enough and we are very thankful to the CTC also for joining the hands in this particular program. We also welcome our great speaker, Parimal Shroff sir, who is a very leading advocate and solicitor based at Mumbai. And he is very kind enough to give his valuable time to address us. So the program structure we have already sent to all of the participants. So without wasting much of the time, I would like to invite our worthy president, C. Ravi Mamudia, for his formal welcome address. Ravi ji.
Thank you, Shishir. Respected professional, eminent speaker, my colleagues, and energetic participants. It's really a matter of great privilege to welcome you all in this beautiful Friday for this first virtual flagship event of Jaipur Chartered Accountants Group in association with the Chamber of the Tax Consultants. चाकी चाकी सब करे खीली करे ना कोई जो खीली से लाग रहा वाको बाल ना बाका होए. As rightly said by Kabir Das sir, everyone talks about the grinding stone, weeping and the huge stones. Nobody talks about this quiet center, the quiet center pin. Those who understand this, they escape the unescaped and experience the true meaning of the life. The same thing happens with us in our profession, where we all of us are taking most of our time toward DT, IDT, and various corporate laws, and nobody talks about much on the drafting or interpretation of the acts, which is really a very important art to understand for any professional. And over and above to understand the law, when we all at JCAG understands this and come up with the event with the idea of legal drafting ki Pathshala. We are indeed privileged to have with us in this knowledge sharing initiative another like-minded organization, the Chamber of Tax Consultants, CTC, as our co-host for the program. CTC is the one such organization which has always inspired me personally since the day I have entered into the CA profession. It is really a moment and motivated us to develop an intellectual skills and have a continuous inspired us for selfless, dedicated service to the fraternity and at the same time nourishing the fellowship. Friends, now JCAG has established in the year 2012 and it's a group of young like-minded professionals in Jaipur. JCAG has a young and dynamic group which has a glorious past and obviously undistributed a great future. Its motto is learning while sharing. Nothing in our JCAG is by me or mine. It's by our. From the name of this child as a JCAG to shape it and childhood to ensure and nourish the seasoned adulthood. Till now, the JCAG has undertaken various events, which includes Budgetonomics, Brain Trust from 2013 to 2019, with its flagship event, which is our flagship event, CA Forum of the Future and Noises 2018, and various RRCs and workshop on direct and indirect taxes. This year, along with the CTC and with our strong, committed, dedicated team of the members, our group has set up a milestone again itself by getting an overwhelming response from the participants in the first ever virtual flagship event of JCAG. I think all of the participants has this inspiring response. We are thankful to all the participants for this inspiring response. With the challenge of this COVID-19 pandemic, the virtual learning has become a part and parcel of our life. Technology and upgradation continuously become a part of it. The support of the complete team of CTC is also very remarkable. They have made themselves available to the best possible manner to make the event a great success. We also acknowledge the efforts made by the CTC for making the availability of the best faculty who are expert of their own field in such a short span of time. On behalf of JC, I would like to thanks to the paper presenters, paper writers for spending their valuable times for this Pathshala. My sincere gratitude to all the three eminent speakers, Advocate Parimal Rao sir, CA Dr. Anup Shah sir, Advocate Vipul Joshi ji, who have taken their extra efforts to join and enlighten us to acknowledge on this field, on this area and on this subject. I would also like to thank the entire team of JCAG Pathshala Organizing Committee for their commendable job for organizing a very educated virtual program. As a host president, I can say that they have lots of their selfless efforts by the team for coordinating of this Pathshala. I am hopeful that this Pathshala will definitely be the worthwhile experience which will definitely enlighten us on this subject. As quoted by the famous Mr. Tony Robbins, successful people ask the better question. Successful people ask the better question. As the result, they'll get a better answer. So at the very last, I must say that don't hesitate to ask your questions and bring the clarity towards the art of legal drafting. Our best speakers are available to enlighten you on the same. All of my best wishes to all the participants. Thank you so much. Happy learning, happy drafting, happy sharing. Thank you. Thank you, Shishir.
Thank you, Ravi, for your nice words of welcome of our speakers and participants. Here we all know that today we have with us the CTC as a host of the program, and we are very much thankful to the CTC and for the to their entire committee of CTC for helping us for bringing out this particular session or this particular program. So on behalf of CTC, I would like to invite the President of the Chamber of Tax Consultants, Mr. Anish Thakkar, for his welcome address or words of wisdom. Anish, sir.
Thank you, Shishir ji. Learned speaker of the day, Parimal Shroff sir. Ravi, the president of the JCAG. All my other friends, on the panel, my committee members, Premal, Bandesh, the JCAG committee members who've actually done a lot of good work in actually, getting this event organized. I think that this is a very, very, classic example of how the chamber is committed to the cause of education and also the cause of promotion of education amongst the young generation of this country. And I am very, very happy that we have come together with the JCAG to actually hold this workshop called Alekhan, which is a Pathshala on legal drafting. I will come back to this in a little bit, but first let me just acquaint the participants with the chamber's activities. The chamber is a 94-year young organization. We are into our 95th year. We were established in 1926. And we have our motto as Gnanam Parambalam, which means that knowledge is the supreme power. And we do wholeheartedly believe that knowledge is something that should be spread amongst everyone, be it professionals, be it the public. And we conduct our activities not only for our members, we also hold free lecture meetings, we hold webinars of these sorts, and we also go across the country tying up with various associations in different cities where we, hold conferences like this. And I'm very, very happy that I am today addressing all of you, where I'm told that the JCAG has all young chartered accountants as its members. All 65 of them are between the age of 25 and, somewhere in their mid 30s. So I think that this is a very powerful organization. It's a very powerful group. It has the future of this country in its hands. And I would wish that, at some point in time, sooner rather than later, we get some of our speakers at our programs from all of you, the JCAG. I'm sure that, if you work hard and, dedicate yourself, then I'm sure you will get the platform. And I can assure you that the chamber is ready to give you the platform. We may start with a study circle, but, gradually as we see, the youth developing, I'm sure that we will, see some good speakers emerging for the future years. The chamber brings about 3 journals. The Chamber's Journal, which is a monthly topical journal where a particular subject is discussed threadbare. Our issue for November was on faceless assessments and appeals. And as we speak today, we are having a workshop on faceless assessments and appeals, by Dharan Gandhi, who's a very young and energetic and, dedicated tax professional. We are always topical in terms of whatever we bring about. So the Chamber's Journal is one journal. We bring about 2 other journals. One is an international tax journal, which is dedicated to topics of international tax and comes out quarterly. Again, I would encourage all of you to actually subscribe to that journal and read that journal, because the practice of cross-border tax is going to be the practice of the future. And, as the world shrinks in relative size, tax of different countries will be very, very important for us to understand and learn. And there are a lot of developments on the multilateral instruments, the BEPS action plans of the OECD, etc., which we should know as tax professionals. So the International Tax Journal is a very, very good way of learning that. For the students in all of us, and I count myself amongst the students, we have a students journal which comes quarterly called Jignasa, Learning Today, Leading Tomorrow. And that journal, again has articles from the students. The journal is entirely brought out by the students, right? And it is for the students. So I would think that it's a very good journal. It comes in e-format. You don't even have to, get a physical copy. So we are moving with technology. We have 3 flagship events every year, which are residential. And this year, unfortunately, at least 2 of them will be held on a virtual platform, given the corona situation. So we have a residential course on GST, which incidentally last year was held in this city itself at the Fairmont in Jaipur. And we had a record turnout of 330 participants in that GST residential refresher course. And I think it is part to do with the quality that the chamber gives, and it's part to do with the scenic beauty of the city of Jaipur as well. The other 2 residential courses that we do, this year the residential course on GST will be between 26th and 28th of February on a virtual mode. The announcement will come in the chamber's newsletter. Please look out for it, and please do enroll in large numbers. The other RRC is the direct taxes RRC, which happens generally in February, but this year we are going to hold it in the second week of March. We were trying to see if we could hold it physically, but unfortunately the situation doesn't seem to permit holding that physically. So this is going to be between 11th and 14th of March, again on a virtual mode. You can view it from the comfort of your offices. You can participate in group discussions also. And I'm sure that you will get a very good experience. The third RRC that we conduct is the International Tax RRC in June. We're keeping the options open in terms of whether it will be physical or virtual. this year. We also, carry the voice of the people, the tax practitioners to the government. We make representations on a very regular basis to the CBDT. And the CBDT hears us very, very patiently, particularly as far as the pre-budget representations are concerned. We've recently, just today, filed another representation with the CBDT for further extension of the due dates for GST, tax audit and transpricing audit, given the fact that there is considerable difficulty for a lot of our members in completing the audits by 31st of December. Let us see what happens. We are also active in challenging certain provisions of the law which we believe are unconstitutional. So, the ICDS challenge is something that all of us are very, very familiar with. The other challenge, again, we've always challenged the extension not being given if the extension is not given. So in the past couple of years, we've done that. So we are an association, an institution which believes that knowledge is supreme, and we will, go to any corner of this country to share knowledge. This year we've done, programs with associations in Calcutta, in the South, right, in Delhi, now in Jaipur, and of course in Maharashtra. So, we're very, very conscious that we want to reach as many tax professionals as possible. I invite those who are not members of the chamber to become members of the chamber. We do also have half-yearly memberships, so you can enroll today and get membership up to 31st of March. It will be half-yearly, or then there is the membership from April to March, which will open up in February. I am very hopeful that we will get some very good members of the chamber from this pink city of Jaipur. I once again congratulate the JCAG. I have seen the e-paper book that JCAG has come up with, and I think that it is a very, very thoughtful and very, very nice publication. In fact, it has how to, conduct yourself on Zoom, which is something that is the first time I have seen in a professional study paper book. And I think it's very thoughtful of the JCAG to do that. And I'm very, very impressed with the thoughtfulness and the meticulousness in which the paper book has been prepared. With that, let me hand it back over to Shishirji. I'm very happy to give the opening address for this event, and we hope to have a long and fruitful association with the JCAG. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Anish sir, for your words of wisdom. And people definitely here just come to know about the chamber, that how chamber works, what are their programs, and what is their need to do with members. So moving further, this is the high time to invite our learned speaker today. Before going to the speaker, just have some brief profile of sir. The words are very short to describe the personality of Parimal sir, but here is some words I have. There are Mr. Shroff is in practicing since 1975. He practices in constitutional, corporate, civil, and property law. Mr. Shroff is in alliance with Nishit Desai Associates, advised Scott Wilson, Kirkpatrick India Private Limited on techno-economic feasibility report for Hyderabad-Mumbai Road, NH9 up to the state border as a BOT project. This is one of the milestones for the sir. Mr. Shroff has also drafted the Maharashtra Infrastructure Development and Support Act, MIDAS, for the government of Maharashtra. These are just words about Parimal sir. He's a very great speaker. And without wasting much of your time, I will like to invite Parimal sir. So participants, please fasten your seat belts because Parimal sir is taking us to a roller coaster ride with his words of wisdom. So please, sir, join us with your words. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I had a great time listening to Anish Bhai, Shishir Bhai, Ravi, and what good work has been done by Jaipur Chartered Accountants Group and how Chamber of Tax Consultant is encouraging the JCAG and how on a Friday evening particularly from a very younger age group people, instead of having a different kind of an outing, have decided to spend time to go into Alekhan and in this Pathshala. And it gives me a pleasure to participate and to know about what is happening. I have only one regret when I start, that after hearing Anish Bhai, that today's function is not in Fairmont in Jaipur, where I could have come physically in this season.
Sir, we would have loved to do it there. Unfortunately, circumstances dictate otherwise.
Yeah, so neither COVID permits nor the other circumstances are conducive for that, and I could not have probably met so many of you this evening. We have already taken quite a lot of time, so let's begin. And let me share with you that what exactly I'm going to do, because you have assigned me a topic all about drafting, setting up the first step. So you want to know as to how, for a young chartered accountant, for the tax practitioner, or for the people connected with the commerce, what kind of tips that you require. And there was also in the earlier correspondence, I was told do's and don'ts. So I'm supposed to do that also in an objective type fashion, which I will love to do, because I believe that is the most important aspect, which in a nutshell, we all want to have. Today, we are all on a some sort of a, package industry is roaring with its business, and we need to have a package on this. So I'm going to give you some package and some with your time, interest you thinking, and probably if anything can come to your help in future, I'll be delighted and feel privileged that I'm able to assist you in some sort of a personality development and skill development in your respective areas of expertise which you are pursuing. So let us begin the situation as to why should I be a speaker this evening? Why did you invite me and not anybody else? Or why did you choose me? Or why was I recommended to you? The reason is, let me introduce myself. This is for the purpose of making you understand as to who is the speaker and what is his rather, I would not say authority, but his area of expertise that you should be looking at. So I was a bachelor's degree holder from Bombay University. And then I did my law. I did my LLB as it used to be in 1975. Then I did my solicitors in England. And then I came back. I also did barrister, but I didn't become a barrister. I did some dinners I kept, but I could not complete. And I returned back after the emergency was lifted. That does not make me a leader, but that is what was the sentiment in those days. So we all pursued that and came back to India. And I set up my practice and I started working with my senior. And I had great time. And I have completed more than 42 to 44 years in profession. And I have my own firm, which I operate from Bombay. But apart from that, what is special? There are so many lawyers with 40 years, and there are probably several of them available to speak non-stop till morning with 50 years behind them. Why me? What is so special? I'm going to share with you some experiences. You may be able to tell you, why do you like the television serials? Why do you like movies? And why do you like, why you used to like novels? And why did you read the Hindi Upanyas? And why did you like these stories? Because you identified that you are appearing somewhere, some character, some role, some event, some experience, you would be able to relate and say that, oh, it is something like me or my brother or my mother. And that is where you'll be able to associate. And that then becomes, ye rishta kya kehlata hai or whatever, that really gets etched into our memory and we'll love it. So I want to share with you some of my experiences and my life story and how that led to the drafting part. That also I want to share with you. I'm at present, I'm a commercial lawyer. I'm a solicitor. I've got a reputation of being a property lawyer or real estate lawyer. Real estate is no more making dastavejis as we know in Rajasthan. It is far more than that. There are joint ventures, there are collaborations, there are fund investments, there are mortgages, there are different kind of development documents, and there are different kind of arrangements at different level which also involves the chartered accountants. And that is what you need to do with tax advice and with various other aspects. When I started, there was no predetermined road that I was supposed to take. I was, and this is very important, which I want to share with you. Many of you may not be from English medium, may not be from a convent background, may not be foreign trained, may not be speaking English at home, may be speaking Marwadi, Hindi, or some other language, keeping in mind Rajasthan as a state, which has got a variety of cultural background, with touching the borders with Punjab and touching border with Himachal, touching the border with Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and also Pakistan. So you have so many cultures which are rubbed down in Rajasthan. But maybe that you don't know, you have not studied in English medium, and that was my case. So when I was in college, I came from a Gujarati medium. I was a vernacular medium student, and I did not know English. And I would say that I was learning English while in college, because I did not have an expertise in English. And that made me quite, I would say that little challenge position was there. And with that, I was thinking that what should I be doing? So I had a political science and economics as my subject. And in both, I topped. I was quite first class, and I got, at least in political science, I was a university scholar. I won the P.A. Wadia scholarship, which you may not be aware, but that was a very coveted scholarship. But when my head of the Department of Political Science, Father De Cruz from St. Xavier's College, Bombay, he examined my paper. He said that it's a pity that this gentleman is topping the class, but his English is poor. And he doesn't have a correct grammar, he doesn't have correct construction, but his thoughts are very good. We appreciate that. And that very year, I won the award of the university, and then the American government scholarship, and that encouraged me a lot. So my first sharing with you is this, that even if you are from vernacular medium, and even if you are not an English medium product, please don't feel worried that what will happen of me and how will I get into the drafting or the legal field, or so to say, even in tax field, how will I be a draftsman? But what you need to do is that you must understand that drafting is something which is extremely important to pursue from the heart. You cannot have drafting by parroting things. Many people have ideas. When I started, because I told you that I went to England during emergency, and I went to London for doing my solicitors. I practiced there and I came back. What happened was that from that time, from 1975-76, I was told while I was in London, and thereafter, after coming back, I realized that there is distinctly two groups, or there are two divisions in the legal profession. One is supposed to be people coming from blue chip companies, large companies with 100, 200 partners and juniors coming there. And there are large firms which talk about American contracts, English contracts, and the style of international drafting. And the second one is supposed to be boutique firms. There are going to be 5, 10, 20 people working. And there is a complete non-attachment or non-dependence on the English and American style of drafting. When you look at those contracts, you suddenly feel that though you are in India, you are in some different world, because those contracts you don't really regularly on a daily basis draft. Then you get worried and you get confused that if I am not able to do this, does it mean that I am a good draftsman, or there is something I am lacking? That precisely what was a debate when I started my career. And English was the first handicap which I started overcoming. And then I joined law, and in law I had godfather to help me. My godfathers, I would say, that well-wishers were there. I had no father in this profession. I had no relative in this profession. Nobody adopted me. I could not go to any relative's firm, and I had to work from the scratch, and as one would expect everybody to do. Now, this background makes me feel that when I started, I had no choice to select that I'll become a commercial lawyer and I'll go to court and I will take litigation as a practice. I had no choice that I'll become a draftsman and I'll take drafting documents as a practice. I had to just join and see what would come my way. Then I realized that gradually, by the stroke of destiny, has a very different way of working. And each one of us are the, so to say, the creatures of circumstances and the product of our destiny. And the destiny offers you things in a different way. And it meets you at some nook and corner where you are not expecting it to happen. I joined my senior, one Mr. Mahim Tura, who is no more in this world, but he was a very kind-hearted gentleman. He gave me a lot of support. He taught me. He was a giant in his field. He was a great property lawyer. And with him, I learned, because I became his phantom dog. So like a phantom dog, I would follow him everywhere that he would go. I will lift his bag. I'll be after him. And he had no practice of teaching by holding your hand and saying, do this, don't do this. What Ale Khan has said, that do's and don'ts of drafting never happened. His old drafts I used to see. And then I started realizing, and this is where our today's presentation begins. I started wondering in my early years of practice. Now, let me tell you that this is what I'm opening my heart to you when I'm sharing my experiences with you. When I started looking at the drafts in my senior's office, old drafts which I started looking at, and I was told that इसे पढ़ो, ये पढ़ोगे तो सीखोगे, ये सीखोगे, यही होता है, 50 सालों से यही चलता है, ऐसे ही डॉक्यूमेंट बनते हैं. Those printed drafts, yellow pages, dusty documents, I used to keep on looking, and I said कि पहले किसने सोचा होगा? Who must have drafted this? ये आए कहाँ से? ये बने कैसे? So I started making a research on कि ये किस तरह से ये ड्राफ्ट बने, जो ये जिसको लोग कॉपी कर करके बनाते हैं. उस जमाने में there was no Xerox, there was no photocopying, and there was no availability of a fast printing or copying and all that. So there used to be only typing was the only way, or otherwise write by hand. So we used to look at those drafts and think that everybody who sends you a draft and everybody with whom you communicate have got a same or a similar draft. Even numbers are same. Even the opening lines are same. Even closing lines are same. So I used to wonder as a young lawyer कि ये कैसे हो सकता है कि सबके पास same draft है और कहाँ से आते होंगे ये draft. Then I started researching, and virtually within few months of my practice, I realized that there has to be a root of everything. Please go to the root, Parimal. When you go to the root, you will find what the tree is. तो वो जो सूफी philosophy थी, वो मेरी समझ में आ गई. So I started researching, and it came to me like a miracle that आप देखिए, there is something like section 55 of the Contract Act, और देखिए section 108 of Transfer of Property Act. जब आप सेल करते हैं, when you are looking at the agreement for sale, there are statutory provisions that unless there is an agreement to the contrary, following will be the statutory provisions which should be deemed to be there between the purchaser and the vendor, and they will be the terms of contract. Then I started telling those subsections of section 55, and I found that those subsections were further developed and made and into a draft, and that was the draft which people conceived. So the Contract Act 1872, Transfer of Property Act 1882, these were the bases on the basis of which that people started drafting the document. And throughout length and the breadth of this country, I have a good amount of practice in North. I have Delhi, Bangalore. I also have in Jaipur, wherever we are transaction, those Khasara numbers and all that, and Udaipur, Pichola Lake properties and heritage properties. I've done enough of all this to know that similarity is spreading all over India. What is the reason? Then I've started looking for that. कि ये सब एक तरीके से कैसे सोचते हैं? Then I started realizing that it is, and I realized, which I'm sharing this evening with you, which you must know about your do's and don'ts. This is the first thing. You cannot become a draftsman. This is my bold statement across the bar for the purpose of sharing with you. You cannot be a draftsman unless you have got knowledge of history, knowledge of literature, knowledge of geography, knowledge of the linguistic background of the area in which you are practicing. Hindi nahi padha hoga, wo Rajasthan mein practice kya karega? How will he practice? When I started practicing and I had large work in Bangalore, people used to laugh and tell me that Parimal, ab tum shaadi kar lo. मैंने कहा भाई क्यों अभी का अभी शादी करने वाली कौन सी बात है? बोले कन्नड़ा लड़की से कर लो, अदरवाइज बेंगलोर में करोगे क्या? सारे रिकॉर्ड तो कन्नड़ा में, और तुमको तो पता नहीं है पढ़ कैसे सकते हो, ना स्क्रिप्ट जानते हो ना बोलना जानते हो. And I realized that it's so much intricate. I'm from Maharashtra and I understand that one word in Marathi, which if you understand in a different nuance, it makes a very different. Oh, nimma is one word. That means part or 50-50. Now, if that nimma you miss because you are an Englishman, then you are gone because that document will lead you somewhere else and ultimately will stare in your face and say, nahi pada tha kya? So what kind of lawyer you are? And you can't rely on translation because translations are universally unreliable. So you need to know that. For example, now while I'm talking to in Rajasthan, immediately the Aravalli range you have to think of. You have to think of what is a desert line. You have to think of the March 1949, the Rajasthan Day. You have to think of how there is supposed to be the Luni River, how there are supposed to be sanctuaries, how there are heritage properties, how 33 districts make Rajasthan, how many languages make it, how Ghumar is your dance. If you don't understand this, which document will you understand? आप जयपुर सिटी हेरिटेज क्वालिफाइड सेंटर के साथ में डील करते हो तो क्या डॉक्यूमेंट बनाओगे आप? क्या आप कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट के डॉक्यूमेंट्स को क्या समझेंगे? लैंड लॉस को आप कैसे जानोगे? If you don't know the Rajputana situation at all and how many states were amalgamated to make it in 1949, the state of Rajasthan, how will you understand how to practice the law? Because law has a root into your background, your geography, your history, your administrative setup that you must have. So now I started developing, I was going deep into the history and I realized that for the purpose of becoming a draftsman, you must first of all have full knowledge about the setup that you're talking about. If you're a lawyer, if you're a property lawyer, then related to property and surrounding circumstances. Rajasthan, for example, has got a lot of heritage and the history. If you know that, then only those documents you'll be able to understand, because each major city in Rajasthan has got a historical background. If you don't understand, you get into problem. Then crops, then how half Rajasthan has greenery and half is dry, how there is supposed to be the clouds are stopped by the Aravalli range, and how there is supposed to be near Vindhya what happens, and how Chambal has its own problem. All that you must know before you become a draftsman. Otherwise, you are merely a parrot which is repeating things. So I also give example, which if you've seen my YouTube program, you must have come across my comment, which I say that drafting a document is like writing a love letter. Write a love letter and feel that whether you feel confident the person to whom you are writing will be appreciating it or will feel कि किसी से लिखवा के आया ये बुद्धू, इसको समझ में तो कुछ आता नहीं है, and he picks up. So everybody doesn't understand what Hasrat Jaipuri when he wrote O Mera Prem Patra Padkar कि तुम नाराज ना होना. Now that letter has also got a history. So if you know the literature, then you understand as to how this particular document drafting or a writing gets developed. So your confidence about your draft can only come when it comes from your heart and you have got a knowledge about the document which you are talking about, which means what now as we are talking about as relating to law and a paralegal situation which US chartered accountant may face. Now, if you are drafting a document, and while drafting a document, if you don't know the law, you can get into serious problem. For example, let's take an example this evening, that you get a client who says, sir, you have to draft share purchase agreement for me. I am selling the shares. I am also selling shares of my company with management and control I am giving to the foreign company, and they are wanting to have a multi-level transaction with me. They want to have share subscription agreement, then they want to have share purchase agreement, and then they want to take over, and then they will pay me the money after due diligence and after conditions precedent are met, and they will investigate everything and they will take it. Now you say, चलो दो चार दोस्तों को फोन कर दो, रवि को फोन करो, शिशिर भाई को फोन करो, नहीं मिले तो अनीश भाई को बंबई में फोन करो, यार ये दो डॉक्यूमेंट चीज क्या है? हमारे जयपुर में तो ऐसा होता नहीं है. दो चार राजाओं की कंपनियां थी, उनके तो घर के वकील है, सो दे हो ना एंगेज मी, तो मुझे कुछ करना चाहिए. तो किसी ने बोला तुम फिक्र क्यों करते हो यार, तुमको विकिपीडिया पे मिल जाएगा, तुम नेट पे चले जाओ, नहीं होगा तो मैं भिजवा देता हूँ. किसी ने दिल्ली से भेज दिया, किसी ने बंबई से भेज दिया, आपने वो डॉक्यूमेंट में से सारे रेफरेंसेस निकाल दिया, वो डॉक्यूमेंट तैयार कर लिया, आपने कहा मेरे पास बिल्कुल रेडी है सर, एंड यू विल प्रोसीड फर्दर. खुदा न खास्ता, इफ यू प्रोसीड फर्दर एंड दिस बिकम्स अ रियलिटी, मैटर आगे बढ़ी और डेंजरस, मैटर सक्सेसफुल हो गई उससे ज्यादा डेंजरस, आपकी फी आ जाएगी उससे ज्यादा खतरनाक. आप कहेंगे प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हम डॉक्यूमेंट बना लिए, मशहूर हो गए, पार्टियां हो गई, पैसे आ गए, अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? अब प्रॉब्लम सुनिए. देयर इज अ कंपनी कॉल्ड रैन बक्सी. रैन बक्सी का मलविंदर, जो उनके जो मलविंदर सिंह थे, उन्होंने सांकियो डाइची कंपनी के साथ में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया. रैन बक्सी इज अ फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी. दे हैव गॉट लॉट ऑफ फैसिलिटीज इन यूएस, और वहां पे यूएस फेडरल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की परमिशन से वहां पे वो मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं. they sold this entire company to Daiichi, which transaction was running into 20,000 crore plus, and that is what they sold. 2008 was the transaction. Matter got over, monies came in, कुछ मैटर आगे बढ़ी, पैसे आ गए. उसके बाद में Sankyo Daiichi found out that Rand Baxi and their team were fully aware that there was investigation going on in America for the purpose of giving a false data for the getting the permissions from the US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. And on that investigation, their licenses were under investigation and ultimately were cancelled, which had a lot of effect on their share value, because all the manufacturing facilities were stopped in US, and as a result of which company received a setback. Sankyo Daiichi said, nothing doing. You did this with me, you suppressed, you misrepresented, you misled me, you painted a rosy picture, and you sold me these shares. I will now, there was a provision to take the matter to arbitration. That arbitration venue was Singapore, one of the most reputed arbitration venues or the tribunals are in Singapore, and that is where the arbitration went on. Ultimately, more than few thousand crore worth of an award came against Malvinder Singh and his brother, and they said that there was surely misrepresentation. You knew, you had information in your possession which the Daiichi did not have and could not have had, because you had a control on that information. As a result of it, they said that you are guilty of suppression, misrepresentation, and fraud, and for which you must put back Sankyo into that position where if they had the knowledge what would have happened and how they would have saved themselves from the losses. Now you will say, what this story we are telling this evening and wasting our time? This is precisely section 55, subsection 1, subsection A of the Contract Act. This is the provision of the contract law which says that when there is you are dealing with a purchaser, and what you are aware of, you must make the purchaser aware of. Now, you as an innocent draftsman, if you are going to go for boiler clauses, there is an expression in English language called boiler clauses. Mana prototype. These are the prototype clauses. So you will find that a lot of your friends must be calling you up and saying that we want to have one not very strict, but a medium type arbitration clause. Then they will say, give me an arbitration clause with 3 arbitrators. Give me an arbitration clause with arbitration of some institution or a private or judicial or arbitration. मुझे ऐसे clauses चाहिए. So we say, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? मेरे बड़े दोस्त हैं, कई लोगों की 10-15 साल की प्रैक्टिस है, उनको पूछ लेता हूँ. Then you take those boiler clauses or the prototype clauses, then you put it into agreement and then celebrate कि मेरे पास में बड़ा अच्छा है, इतना 10 लाइन का मैंने clause डाल दिया. You don't realize what the value of that clause is, and you don't know whether that fits into your clause or not. Drafting means to understand and draft. Lot of people, Gurudutt had a very great friend called Abrar Alvi. He wrote and he directed actually Sahib Bibi Ghulam, and he was a very prominent. Chaudhary Ka Chand mein bhi wo screenplay writer the. Abrar Alvi, when he was in college, was studying less, but in his hostel he had a long queue of people in the night, with all boys in the college coming to him in Aligarh and saying, Abrar, एक लव लेटर लिख के दे दे यार, बिकॉज हमारे से तो लिखा नहीं जाता और तू तो एक्सपर्ट राइटर है. नाउ लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स thereafter used to contact Abrar. ये लिखा था कि तुमने, बड़ा प्यारा लिखते हो. तो that boy used to be in a corner and Abrar used to be in the forefront. This happens when you try to copy other people's clauses. Now I'll give you one more example and move on. There is a decided case of Alka Bose versus Paramatma Devi. This is a Supreme Court judgment I'm talking about, where Mr. Justice Satyasivam, who became now a governor, Satyasivam, this case was coming from Bihar, and in which the whole problem was that there was an agreement between Alka Bose and Paramatma Devi, in which the great writer, the draftman, had prepared an agreement in which he said that this agreement is made between Alka Bose and Paramatma Devi. Then there were various clauses, and in the end he said, in witness whereof the parties have here to have signed and affixed their seal on the day and year first herein above written. And the result was, it was only signed by the writer, by the sailor, but the purchaser had not signed it. The writer, while drafting the document, it was drafted like two parties were there and this was taken. Courts decided differently. Lower courts, matter went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court luckily came to the rescue and said that there is these clauses of this in witness whereof, signed, seal, delivered, both parties signing, and it decided finally that in India there can be oral agreement also. And in India, unless agreed upon, both parties need not sign the document. And even if single party signs and says, I have sold to so-and-so, and that purchaser has not signed the document, it's still a valid transaction which can be enforced in accordance with law. Now, every time you can't be lucky that this will happen in your life, and you can get stuck because this may not happen in this fashion. So, most important part of the story is that while you are doing the drafting part, what are the do's? The do's is, as I said, consider every draft is like akin to or similar to writing a love letter. It has to have a lot of soul, lot of heart, lot of thought, lot of working, lot of intent, lot of structure. It can't be at random. It can't be by copycat drafts, and you can't pursue that way because then nothing works. Now, preparation means a lot. If you don't know how to prepare and if you don't understand that, then in that event, your draft will have no heart. Let me tell you that thousands of advocates every day draft documents. I have seen in my long career outside the registrar's office, outside the stamp offices and outside the courts, we find many advocates offering their services that I can give you license agreement, lease agreement, sale agreement, I can make conveyance, I can give you draft. And now, of course, they move with the laptops and say that I can roll out for you. Why talk about that? There are estate agents and brokers say, sir, कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, ये तो सब हम ही करते हैं. हमारे पास में तो इतने हमारे 400-500 ड्राफ्ट है, आप सिलेक्ट कर लो जो चाहिए, मैं रोल कर देता हूँ. वकील के पास जाना क्यों है? चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को क्यों बुलाते हो? इसमें कुछ देखने लायक नहीं. Not at all. The point is, for example, let me share with you something else which is this evening, which will probably excite you because it excites me every time I refer to it. Somewhere in 1970, 1970-71 में एक फ्रेंचमैन और एक इंग्लिशमैन दोनों ने सोचा कि जरा चेक करते हैं हिंदुस्तान इतना बड़ा मुल्क, उसकी आजादी के ऊपर कितनी किताबें हैं जिसमें हमें सब उसकी आजादी के जो ट्यूमल्टस ईयर्स थे, एक्साइटिंग साल 1946-47, इन सालों के लिए क्या हुआ इस मुल्क में, उसके बारे में कोई किताब है? उन्हें कोई किताब नहीं मिली. They found several books, but they were not under one roof. They found nothing. They said, अब तो हम ही लिखेंगे ये किताब. Their name was Dominic Lapierre and Larry Collins. Dominic Lapierre French था और Larry Collins अमेरिकन था. दोनों ने इसके ऊपर रिसर्च करना शुरू किया. रिसर्च क्या किया? उनके पास इतना, उन्हें 900 इंटरव्यूज लिए, 900, हिंदुस्तान, पाकिस्तान, अमेरिका, इंग्लैंड, सब जगह गए. वहां से इतना मटेरियल ले आए कि 800 kg के वेट का इनके पास में मटेरियल इकट्ठा हो गया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक दो चीजें बताता हूं. उन्होंने एक किताब लिखी जिसका नाम था फ्रीडम एट मिडनाइट. That book came to be published with 778 pages in 1975. It is today also hit. Amazon पे चले जाइए, आज भी कहेंगे 10 copies are left. Because the situation is that is still in sale and hot cake. And every time I read, every time I find something new in that book. So they went to Mountbatten. अब ये आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगा जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. They asked Mountbatten कि भैया एक बताइए तो सही कि how did you select 15th August as the date for freedom? ये बहुत सोचने के बाद में लॉर्ड माउंटबेटन ने बताया कि देखिए साहब, ये था, I was a Allied Forces commander in World War II. 47 के 2 साल पहले in 45-46 में जापान surrendered to me in World War II on 15th of August. तो उन्होंने जो सरेंडर मेरे साथ में किया था वो डेट मेरे दिमाग में थी, तो मैंने कहा हिंदुस्तान की आजादी भी 15 अगस्त को करा ले. देन लैरी कॉलिंस ने उनको पूछा that why Pakistan was 14th August and why India was 15th August. Then this particular fact came to light that India always thought astrologically 15th was not the correct date because it was not suitable. But on 14th August, Mountbatten was in Karachi delivering George VI's message to Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and therefore he could not come on 15th here. So on the night of 14th and in the morning of early morning of 15th, that the Union Jack was lowered, and then there was Sarojini Naidu, Radha Krishnan, Rajendra Prasad, Jawaharlal Nehru, सारे जहां से अच्छा गाया, और then there was supposed to be freedom at midnight वहां से शुरू हुई. Now this story we are not aware. आगे चल के जब आप देखते हैं तो इसमें ये भी कहानी है इंडिया पाकिस्तान की डिवीजन कैसे हुई. So this book tells us, सर रेडक्लिफ को अपॉइंट किया गया चेयरमैन along with the 4 members who are all judges of choice of Pakistan, Muslim League and Congress. In fact, there was Mr. Meherchand Mahajan, our ex-chief justice, was also one of the members. Sir Radcliffe was a barrister. उसको वहां से बुलाया गया लंदन से, उसको कहा तू चेयरमैन, तू बन जा, इसको डिवीजन कर दे. सर रेडक्लिफ ने कुलदीप नायर को एक इंटरव्यू दिया where Sir Radcliffe said कि भैया मुझे पता चला कि on the basis of Hindu and who is Muslim that I have to divide. So I actually decided that Lahore will give to India. और मैंने लिख दिया कि Lahore will go to India, and then that is how I divided. Then the people from Lahore came and said कि सर ये लाहौर तो बीचों बीच है पाकिस्तान के, आप कैसे दे देंगे इंडिया को. तब मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है, मैं लाहौर वहां दे दिए. Then the question was asked by Kuldeep Nair to him that what about Kashmir? He said मैं मेरी जिंदगी में नहीं गया, मैं लंदन वापस चला गया ये बॉर्डर कमीशन का काम करके. उसके बाद कई सालों के बाद में मुझे कश्मीर का पता चला, हालांकि ये तो मेरे को बताया गया, वैसे मैंने सब डिवीजन कर दिया. Now all these facts, including Mahatma Gandhi's assassination, the people like Godse, there are so many details which I don't want to waste your time today. Question is, ये किताब जो लिखी, that became मशहूर and it became a great book. How did it become? That 800 kg of material, those 900 interviews which they did. तो शिव खेरा के वर्ड्स मुझे याद आते हैं. शिव खेरा ने कहा कि successful people don't do different things. Successful people don't do different things. They do the same things differently. तो वो differently करने का आप में जज्बा होना चाहिए. Many people ask कि ये क्या मेरा काम है? क्या मैं ये freedom at midnight लिखूं? क्या मैं 800 kg मटेरियल में पस्ती वाला हूं? What is I supposed to do? Many ask कि भैया खाने के वांदे हैं. We have to do a job. I am an intern. I am assistant. Where is all this chapter which I am supposed to do? The question is, कभी जज्बा नहीं होता, कभी मौका नहीं मिलता, कभी एबिलिटी नहीं होती. You have is some sort of एहसास कमतर होता है आपके अंदर. आप सोचते हैं कि मेरे से मेरा काम नहीं है, मैं ऐसा लिख नहीं पाऊंगा, मैं ऐसा बोल नहीं पाऊंगा, कोई क्या हंसेगा. तो ये दुष्यंत कुमार की बहुत अच्छी एक गजल है जिसके दो पंक्तियां बड़ी प्यारी है. कौन कहता है आसमान में सुराख हो नहीं सकता? कौन कहता है आसमान में सुराख हो नहीं सकता? एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो. So if you make an attempt, you will surely reach there. And I am again reminded of my very favorite film director, Raj Kapoor. Raj Kapoor wrote कि आप मुझे जानते हैं कि मैं फिल्म डायरेक्टर हूं और मैं एक्टर भी था और कई फिल्में बनाई, आरके फिल्म्स वगैरह. बट यू डोंट नो, मैं जो भी काम करता हूं तबीयत से करता हूं. अगर मैं राज कपूर फिल्म डायरेक्टर नहीं होता, अगर मैं मोची भी होता, अगर मैं जूते भी बनाता, तो वो आरके जूते बनते हैं, और उसको भी मैं मशहूर होता कि लोग मेरे ही जूते पहनते, कहते हैं आरके इज अ फर्स्ट क्लास मोची। तो ये जज्बा जब आप में आ जाए और आपकी ड्राफ्टिंग के ऊपर आप इस बात को सोचें, तो मैं समझता हूं कि आपकी ड्राफ्ट में बड़ी जान पड़ेगी, एंड देन you will not be ordinary belonging to the lot of people who are only एक भेड़ चाल चलने वाले जो एडवोकेट हैं, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हैं, जो कॉपी कर करके करते हैं. That parroting will not really work in the matter at all. And in that, all this is going to be extremely useful, where I also must share with you that वकील बनने के लिए, to become a draftsman, you don't have to have only a good English. English तो चाहिए. Without English, तो that's a, whether you like or not, it's a link language. It's a medium of, I would not say instruction, but communication, for which you require English. Without that, you can't operate. But if you don't know the fine English of convent or foreign train or Harvard or Stanford, उसकी कोई फिक्र की बात नहीं है. And in fact, the legal English is not the flamboyant English which you read. It is a correct English. धारदार, बहुत चोटदार जो आपकी जबान है, वही काम आएगी, because you have to think right. Now, I will also take you here in the do's and don'ts. How do I draft a document? Giving an example, that if somebody comes to you and says that I want to, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बड़ी मशहूर चीज जो हर रोज होती होगी आपके साथ, और कोविड में तो ज्यादा होती होगी, पीपल कम एंड से दैट कि देखिए भैया बहुत तकलीफ वाला मामला है, एक विल बनाना है, आपने को विल चाहिए, और तू कितनी जल्दी बना सकते हो आप? तो आप कहेंगे साहब इसमें विल में क्या बात है, मैं जाता हूँ अभी गूगल पे अभी निकाल लूंगा, शाम तक में चाहिए तो 2-4 ड्राफ्ट बता देता हूँ, सिंगुलर, प्लूरल, मेल, फीमेल, प्रॉपर्टी, मूवेबल, कैश, ज्वेलरी, शॉर्ट, लॉन्ग, जैसा चाहिए वैसा बनाता हूँ. That's not the way. The question is that how to take instructions. So therefore, now we are taking a class. ये पाठशाला चालू हो रही है. If somebody wants to make a will, what's your first thing which you will do? This evening, let's try and do one document together. फर्स्ट करिए कि रवि जी मेरे पास आते हैं, कहते हैं कि मेरे रिलेटिव्स हैं, उनको एक विल बनाना है, और हस्बैंड जो हैं वो थोड़े एजेड है, उनके बच्चे हैं, उनके पास में एक प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ है, सेकंड होम है, कुछ बंबई में इन्वेस्टमेंट है, शेयर्स में है, कुछ ज्वेलरीज रखी हुई है, किसी में को ओनर है, एंसिस्टर प्रॉपर्टी है, बच्चों में डिस्प्यूट ना हो जाए, किसको एग्जीक्यूटिव बनाए, क्या करें, समझ में नहीं आया. सो देन व्हाट विल यू से? यू विल से ब्रिंग हिम. देयर विल नॉट बी अ प्रॉक्सी इंस्ट्रक्शन यू कांट टेक. whosoever's will you want to make, अगर कोई लड़का हाथ पकड़ के ले आता है कि ये मेरे बाप का बना लो, तो लड़के को बैठने दो, पर बाप से जरूर पूछो. Ask him what is the asset, who is the owner, what is the background, what is the list of asset he has, what is the list of relatives, who does he want to give, who does he trust, who does he expect to outlive. Invariably, this is my experience, कि जो will बनाने आता है वो कान में कहता है कि मेरी आधी प्रॉपर्टी बीवी के नाम पर, और बीवी को तो टीबी लगा पड़ा है और अभी अभी सुधरी है, मुझे डाउट है कि मेरे पहले तो बीवी जाने वाली है, सर उसको करा लो, तो बच्चे छोड़ेंगे नहीं, एंड दिस प्रॉपर्टी आई विल बी इन डिस्प्यूट बिफोर आई डाई. So we must make her will first. So we must take this instruction, number one. Now, how will you make a will? You should have a clear picture in your mind. आपके दिमाग में खाका खींचना चाहिए. Like एक कैनवस के ऊपर एक आर्टिस्ट पिक्चर बनाता है, ड्रॉ करता है पेंटर. The same way you should think about your document. And in that document, who is the grantor, who is making the will, who is the testator, who is going to be the executor, who are going to be the beneficiaries, in what manner, what are the powers of executor, how will he deal with the property, how will he realize there are property in dispute that he has to fight and recover, there are joint family property which he must recover and collect and bring it under the one umbrella, then there are some cash which he has to give because his daughter has to be paid some money, his sons have to be given, his grandchildren have to be given some education thing. Take those instructions, then you say what are the powers of executor, how he can start distributing that asset. Then you say that in the event of there being a somebody predeceases with the testator, and then there will be vacuum, then in that event how it will happen. Then there is supposed to be that if properties are in the nature of investment in shares, stocks, securities, which have to be converted to cash and then divided. Then there are supposed to be ancestral or family properties which have to be divided equally to the children. Then how undivided share will be given, how it will be done. Then you must also know that what is the requirement of a will. Is that a simpliciter will that will be all right? Somebody signs the will and thereafter somebody signs as a witness. Therefore, what you should know, you should read Indian Succession Act and find out कि Indian Succession Act provides for what? ये will की probate कैसे होगी? If the will is challenged, then how it will be proved? Then therefore you will write that this will is executed by the testator in the presence of the witnesses. Which witnesses have signed in the presence of the testator and in the presence of each other? This particular provision should be there in the will. After that is done, all three must sign. Then the most important part, people make long wills with 10 pages, 12 pages, 13 pages. Throughout India, I have seen with my eyes that the people sign the last page, but there is no signature on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth page. And जैसे उसमें क्या हो गया? उसको तो हमने स्टिच किया, हमने मंगवाया किसी से, धागे से बंधवाया, सील किया, फिर लास्ट पेज पे साइन किया. What is there to show that these earlier pages are not replaced or they are duplicate? They are not real. This is not what the man who made a will signed. Therefore, on every page there should be signature. In the end, there should be his long signature. Then there should be witness's signature. This is how you prepare a will. Now the question is, एक बनाया सब बना लिया, जो अभी आएंगे सबको फिर ठोको, because I am going to make इसकी copycat बनती जाएगी. It doesn't happen that way. Every will is different from the other will, and you cannot have duplication of that will because लोगों के इरादे अलग हैं, मुराद अलग हैं, estate अलग है, उनके time zones अलग है, उनकी problems अलग है. For example, in Mumbai city, if you make a will, you have to compulsorily get probated. Other places you may not have to be probated, but wills did get challenged. In a place like Goa, that is considered to be very sacred. वकील के पास में बिल बना के छोड़ना माने that is as good as a registered document, and on that basis Portuguese law respects and recognizes the fact that उसने will कर दिया माने transfer हो गया. Now this is completely unknown to rest of the country. तो आपके लिए जरूरी है कि आप गोवा का लॉ क्या है थोड़ा समझें. आप you must know what is Indian Succession Act and you must provide for situation. Now this takes us to the further fact that when you start drafting a document, you must have a background of law, which is very necessary. Now, even if you are a chartered accountant, you all have done commercial law, you all have done business law, you all have understood mercantile law, you all have done Contract Act, you all have done touch and run with the Transfer of Property Act, a bit of evidence law. But you must have it knowledge before you profess, and must remember, Sankhya Daishi is your code word for this evening. You may land up yourself into trouble and your client will also get into problem if you start drafting very rosy picture, very fine language, and very, I would say, inflated and puffed up presentation of your shares and your company, and describing. You think that what a beautiful language I use and how nicely I wrote. Mr. Shroff was telling us that you must use good language. So I have put the language, not realizing that the company is in shambles, company has investigation, company has claim, company has various processes which are going through, which you are not disclosing to the purchaser, which will amount to suppression, misrepresentation of fraud, and which will lead to damages claim, which you'll have to pay so as to compensate a person who relied upon your rosy and very lofty descriptions that you gave in your document. Now, drafting over a period of time, after you start learning it and doing it, you will find it's a skill. It's a great, I would say that, innate skill which you develop and you understand. First, it happens in your life like it happens in your romance. You want to say so many things, so many times, so long, to express the same thing by saying that how great you are. And oh, Soni Mahwal wali puri kahani aap bolte jate ho. Then it becomes, you only say few things. Then you say only you exchange glances. That's how your romance progresses in life. To put it slightly, make it in lighter way. In drafting also. Small is beautiful. Schumacher has written a book called Small is Beautiful. So you must know how, in short language, in small sentences and structure, that you structure the document. You don't make it prolix, because you must remember one thing, and this is a don't, which I'm trying to tell you. लंबे लंबे डॉक्यूमेंट बनाना वो मुसीबत को इनवाइट करने वाली बात है, because you will get involved about various representation, misrepresentation, suppression, maybe potential fraud, maybe cheating, maybe puffing up things which are not there. You are merely trying to stretch it because you think कि ये करने से client कितना खुश होगा कि मैं रात को बोल के आया 10 पन्ने के 20 पन्ने के डॉक्यूमेंट बन गए. जरूरी नहीं है. Shorter the better. One more experience and one more example you must appreciate with me. There was a man called John Stephen. Stephen. He was a man. He lived only for 65 years. And he was an Englishman. And he was on the committee of the English government. And he wrote 2 laws for India. Indian Contract Act 1872. And he wrote Indian Evidence Act 1872. 176 sections के अंदर evidence का law है. 1876 के बाद में किसी की मजाल नहीं है कि उस एक्ट के अंदर से कोई चीज इधर से उधर कर सका. कोई 10 सेक्शन निकाल दिए, 5 सेक्शन डाल दिए. एक आईटी में क्या हुआ और उसके लिए जो चेंज करना पड़ा, उसमें इतना झमेला हो गया है कि वो दैट सेक्शन रिलेटिंग टू द इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एक्ट अभी तक सुलझ नहीं पाई है वो बात है. So the man, apart from that, there was John Babington Macaulay who drafted Indian Penal Code. हमारा सारा criminal law जो है वो सिर्फ Indian Penal ताज़ीरात हिंद के अंदर ही है. And in what a beautiful way. Every offense is defined, every offense is provided for, every offense has a penalty and a punishment. And nobody is able to replace that. So as a draftman, to coming back to it for this evening, because this is a Pathshala, so we'll have to do it accordingly. If you want to do legal drafting, अब यहाँ शेरो शायरी नहीं हो रही है. So if you want to do drafting, that means you want to do something relating to mercantile, you want to do something related to commerce, something to do with transaction, something to do with property, something to do with joint venture, company, corporate, then in that event, what should you be having a basic idea? You must know the Constitution of India. What is constitutionally right, what is constitutionally wrong. हर चीज को हम देखते जाएंगे. You will ask me कि भैया हमारे को क्या लेना देना, आपको क्या लगता है, हमको अटॉर्नी जनरल है क्या, हम एग्रीकल्चरल ये लॉ एपीएमसी का हम लिखने वाले हैं, हमारे क्या लेना देना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. बताता हूँ. There is something called Article 299 of the Constitution, which provides that whenever you deal with the government, union government, that contract has to be signed by president or in the name of the president. And whatever that you sign with the state government, it has to be done in the name of the governor or by the governor himself under the notification. If it is not done, then in that event, such a contract is illegal, whatever it may be the consequences. There are decided cases of 2015, 16, 17, and 18 of the Supreme Court, in which, because people got the document signed by the person not authorized in the name of the governor and taken and invested money, done crores of rupees investment, the contracts have been reversed and the Supreme Court has not helped them because they say this is mandatory. Without following this, if anything is done, we don't recognize, otherwise the property of the state will be taken away or frittered away, and we will not permit this. This is rule of law. We will not permit anything like that to happen. So you must know at least this kind of a minimum thing. Same thing in corporate law, you must have some idea. 2013 law, what it provides, who can sign, powers of the board of directors, whether selling any property or any asset or undertaking amounts to selling the entire substratum of the company or not, where you fix common seal, how you go about, where you fix the stamp, that much. Some minimum knowledge you should have, because when a matter happens, then you immediately start thinking, ye kahan hai bhai? Ye, that is your Pathshala part 2. You must have a checklist. rubber stamp, common seal, articles, resolution, photograph, person, document copy, board of directors, who has passed, what is the situation, any NCLT case, any pending proceeding, any winding up. This should come to your mind. Usse bhi zyada important. When you want to be a draftman, the first thing which you must have in mind is this: you must have a contract law in place. What are the minimum representations that you must make? What do you want to prove? What is the consideration to start with? If you are dealing with somebody, what is he promising you? What are you giving as a consideration for that promise? What is a failure of consideration if tomorrow some breach committed? What you are giving if it tomorrow embezzles and goes away, how do you proceed against him? How your subject matter should be very clear, how you should provide for it, and to structure the transaction by which that anybody can say, oh, A is the seller, B is a buyer, A has a property, B is paying money, A amount now, B amount within 2 months, C final payment against delivery with document and conveyance to be given. It should come sequentially in your mind, and it will have to go like that, which can only come if you know the Contract Act. If it is relating to property, then immediately your mind must come to Transfer of Property Act. Now you will say that, sir, देखिए मेरी उम्र 26-27 है, यहाँ तक तो ठीक है, अभी आगे कुछ बोलने का हो तो वो अभी तक मैं वहां पहुंचा नहीं. Please understand, if you undertake the subject of drafting, you must also pursue, and my job today, this evening, is not to look at your age and what is your experience, but to share with you that this is what you are required to do. For example, I will keep Rajasthan in my mind and I will deal with it. If you are dealing with property in Rajasthan, say in Jaipur city, then I will have to first say कि भाई ये UNESCO protected कोई structure तो नहीं है ना, इसमें conservation of heritage वाली कोई बात तो नहीं है ना, इसके अंदर agricultural land वाली बात तो नहीं है ना, इसके अंदर कोई tenancy law के dispute तो नहीं चल रहे हैं ना, इसके अंदर कोई rent court का case तो नहीं है ना, इसके अंदर जो owner है वो मालिक तो है ना, कोई बेनामी transaction तो इसमें नहीं हो रहा है ना, इसके अंदर कोई Air Act, Water Act, Environment Protection Act, इसकी तो कोई breach नहीं है ना, कोई लैंड इसमें से अर्बन लैंड सीलिंग एंड रेगुलेशन एक्ट 1976 में डिक्लेयर तो नहीं हो गई थी ना, उसकी कोई नोटिफिकेशन होके पोजीशन तो नहीं ली थी ना. ये चीजें, दिस यू विल हैव टू गो इनटू द डिटेल्स. दिस आर योर डूज, दिस आर योर चेकलिस्ट, दिस इज हाउ यू विल डील. अदरवाइज फर्ज करिए दैट बिकॉज योर फादर हैज अ लार्ज प्रैक्टिस और योर अंकल, यू आर वर्किंग देयर, किसी ने हाथ थाम लिया, 4 दिन कोई कोविड में नहीं आया, द मैटर हैज कम ऑन योर टेबल, यू से मैं सीखना चाहता हूं, मैंने परिमल भाई को भी सुनना है, अब तो ड्राफ्ट करके ही छोड़ूंगा. सो देन यू टेक अप द थिंग एंड स्टार्ट डूइंग, बट यू हैव नो आइडिया ऑफ दीज प्रोविजंस बिफोर यू डील विद इट. एंड उसके बाद नोटिस आनी शुरू हो जाएंगी, क्लेम होंगे, जोधपुर जब हाई कोर्ट चक्कर मारते जाएंगे, एंड देन देयर विल बी केसेस, एंड देन यू विल से तो मैं फंस गया इस चीज के अंदर, ये नोबडी गाइडेड मी, ये सब्जेक्ट मेरा था ही नहीं, व्हाई डिड आई स्टार्ट. सो एज आई सेड, drafting is an art. At the same time, it is a matter of skill. It requires preparation, like Dominic Lapierre and Larry Collins. You have to work around it. You must have a proper skill to work on it. You have to ensure that you don't copy clauses, you don't get into problem, and you don't do things in which that at the end of the day, the things are entangled and you can't come out of it at all. So now comes the question that in the drafting situation when we are facing, then the second question arises is that what are the other precautions I should be taking? So according to me, there are 2 more things which I want to share with you. The property का title तो आप देखेंगे ही, and you should see the title of the property anyway, but at the same time you must also see the title of the owner. What does that mean? When you are dealing with a party, you must sit along with your client and see who is the seller. So assume that you meet a person. बहुत सालों पहले की बात है. I had a those were the days when even selling an imported car like a Mercedes was like ताजमहल बेचने वाली बातें होती थी, because जमाने में हिंदुस्तान में कुछ 25-50 Mercedes हुआ करती थी. People used to come in, transfer residence and get the car, and then they would sell off in the market, and बड़े demand होते थे उसके. और it used to be something of a great importance. Lawyer के लिए तो सब कुछ आता है. So selling a car and buying a car was also a document which you had to make. So one of my very big client came to me and said that I am buying a car from one very eminent doctor. So एक document बन गया है हमारा. हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट नहीं बनाया है. आप जरा देख लीजिए. मैंने वो डॉक्यूमेंट देखा. मेरी जिंदगी का पहला डॉक्यूमेंट था कि टीआर, ट्रांसफर ऑफ रेसिडेंस पे आई हुई गाड़ी अंडर कस्टम्स लॉ जो कुछ बॉन्ड के अंदर थी, वो उसको बेच रहा था, ये ले रहा था. अब मेरा क्या रोल था इस मैटर में? बिकॉज़ आई वाज अ जूनियर, आई सेड आई विल स्टिल लुक एट इट. अब वो लोग मेरे पास में लेके आए, तो इत्तेफाक से दे ब्रॉट दैट डॉक्टर आल्सो टू माय ऑफिस. मैंने वो डॉक्टर को देखा, तो मैं I had no knowledge and I had never met that doctor before, but मैंने उनको एक सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में पूछा क्या करते हैं. बोला मैं जनरल सर्जन हूँ. मैं पहले ओमान में था, अभी आ गया हूँ इंडिया में. वो ट्रांसफर करके आया, तो मैं वहां से जब माइग्रेट हुआ तो मैंने वहां से गाड़ी ले आया, और ये गाड़ी मैं इनको दे रहा हूँ. इनको मेरे पे भरोसा है, मुझे इन पे भरोसा है. बड़ी बड़ी कहानियां हुई. इन दी एंड उठते उठते उन्होंने कहा मेरा वक्त हो गया, मुझे कहीं पहुंचना है. मैंने कहा वेयर आर यू गोइंग डॉक्टर साहब? उन्होंने कहा मुझे मेरे वकील को मिलना है. बोले अच्छा, हु इज योर लॉयर? बोले एक मैट्रिमोनियल लॉयर है, उसको मिलने जा रहा है. उन्होंने बोला, तो मैंने कहा मैट्रिमोनियल लॉयर को क्या काम आपका? बोले मेरा केस चल रहा है ना, वो बीवी ने तो मेरा बिल्कुल जिंदगी खराब कर दी. वो तो कोर्ट में केस चल रहा है हमारा, फैमिली कोर्ट के अंदर झगड़े चल रहे हैं हमारे. जैसा वो बोला वैसे मैंने मेरे क्लाइंट को उसके जाने के बाद बताया कि भाई साहब जरा चेक करिए इसकी क्या है, कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है. इन हिज फैमिली कोर्ट देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी ऑर्डर अगेंस्ट हिम. They said, sir, इतना बड़ा आदमी, what are you talking? आपको तो हर जगह में प्रॉब्लम ही दिखता है. So many clients of mine tell me that you are one of those. Everybody looks for a solution in a problem. You look for problem in every solution. I said, fair enough. आप check करके बताइए, नहीं होगा तो I'll be very delighted कि कुछ नहीं है. After 2 days, the client came and said कि sir, उसकी बीवी ने everything that he has got under the sun is attached, including this car. And this man never disclosed that his car is under attachment by the family court, and he is trying to dispose of. Innocent thing like selling a car, you require to look at the seller and find out whether he is under a problem. Presently advised in 2020 and 21, every company you deal with has to be seen from 7, 10, 8, but 15 angles of NCLT and moratorium and stay and appointment of resolution professional and attachments and injunctions. You have to look at that. You have to also look at whether there is an internal problem between group of shareholders. You have to also look at whether there is supposed to be attachment under the GST for the purpose of recovery of goods and service tax, non-payment of dues. You have to also look at whether under the Income Tax Act there are any attachment. There is also one provision that if there is, which you are more aware of than I am, that if there is a tax recovery notices which have been done and they are attached, then in that event that property cannot be sold by the SSC unless he gets 281 certificate from the ITO and gets a clearance from them. Otherwise, there will be priority claim of the department which will chase you. These aspects must come to you while you look at drafting of a document. This is not to scare you. This is not to, I would say, discourage you. This is not to make you nervous कि ये सब कैसे करेंगे भाई, ये सब करना होता तो हमारा काम थोड़े तो दूसरा तो काम ही नहीं कर सकेंगे. Point is, drafting is a responsible job. Somebody assigns you that work. It is not to be taken lightly. You can't really run around and you can't do. One more example I want to share with you, which is happening in last 3 days on my table, which I think it will do you very good in your life and probably it will help you a lot of those who are listening or those who will listen to my videotape talk. There is one very eminent lawyer in Bombay. He came to meet me and he said that buying some very extraordinary premises, my life saving I'm putting in it, and people are very good who are selling with the property. I don't require anything, but I know that you are very good in your work. मैंने सोचा मैं आपको डॉक्यूमेंट एक बार दिखा देता हूँ. मैंने कहा देख लेता हूँ, अभी आपको दिखाना ही है तो मुझे क्या तकलीफ है. उन्होंने कहा देखिए ना सर, and you must listen to this. This story is not a story. This is पाठशाला. he came to me and he said that there is a man who was coming from Andhra Pradesh. He was very rich and he had lot of estates, mane coffee estate type ka, wo Andhra mein thi. And with his money, he had only one son and one wife, decent man. He bought a very expensive property in Bombay, which is called Cuff Parade. And he said that this guy, his wife died, and then he was widower, and then his son was raised by his cousin. So his cousin and his wife were very close. So this, my lawyer friend tells me that that rich widower had made nomination. This, if I require, I will shout 3 times for those who are asleep or not listening. Nomination in a society was filed, and in that nomination, he gave nomination number 1 to his cousin, nomination number 2 to cousin's wife, and nomination number 3 gave to his son, his own real son, the only son. He said he's also, they are 3 nominees, and that man died. After he died, the society looked at the nomination, they all became owner. Because that son of his was raised by his cousin and his wife, he got very, I would say, emotional. He gave a gift of his 1/3 right in the property, thinking that that nomination of 1/3 was his 1/3 ownership. He gave, and he went away back to Hyderabad. Now, our great lawyer friend, who is very eminent man, he says, मैं buy कर रहा हूँ वो cousin और उसकी wife से, कैसा लगता है? मैंने कहा बहुत बुरा लगता है. बोले बुरा क्यों लग रहा है? मैंने कहा भाई ये तो nominee है. So the nominees do not have an absolute right. There is a judgment which has made it has rocked India, called Indira Wahi's case of the Supreme Court of India 2018 Supreme Court, जिसके अंदर उन्होंने कहा कि भाई साहब समझ लीजिए, वेस्ट बंगाल से एक केस सुप्रीम कोर्ट गया. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि नॉमिनी को सोसाइटी रोक नहीं सकती, उसके नाम पे चढ़ाना चाहिए. But when the nominee becomes owner in the society, it does not become nominee has become absolute owner, और वो बेच दे न कोई ले तो ये नहीं होगा, because personal laws will prevail और वो succession में जाना चाहिए. अब साहब पिछले 72 घंटे से ये चल रहा है. वो लड़के को वापस बुलाया गया क्योंकि उसको तो बड़ा किया था इन्होंने. अब लड़का ये उनको कहा भाई तू ज्वाइन कर ले इस डॉक्यूमेंट में, मरा के किसी तरह से. ही सेड आई विल ज्वाइन इन दिस डॉक्यूमेंट, मुझे वांदा नहीं है, मैं कंफर्म करूंगा कि मेरे जो कजिन चाचा है और चाची है उन्होंने आपको बेच रहे हैं, मेरे को कोई वांदा नहीं है. हमने कहा साहब इनका तो राइट ही नहीं है, तूने एक 1/3 जो इनको दिया है वो अलग है, बाकी तो 2/3 रिमेन्स ओपन ना, वो कौन करेगा, वो तो तुझे तेरे पास ही है. Now he came forward from 11 o'clock today. He's saying that अगर मैं करूंगा तो this money must come to me, which I don't want. But at the same time, I don't want to pay the tax. You as a taxman will immediately tell. If he is conveying the property, but he's not taking the money, and the people who do not have that 2/3, but they are receiving that money, surely there is an issue of investigation on the part of the tax department. Now, please look at it. What a simple thing. What a straightforward matter. You will say कि ये झंझटबाजी यार खाली एक फ्लैट के अंदर ये था. No doubt in Bombay the flats are worth not less than 15 crore, 16 crore, 18 crore. 15-16 लाख करोड़ रुपया कोई आदमी दे रहा है. And in that there is supposed to be such a serious issue. आगे चल के, when within 6 months or a year, our lawyer friend, when he tries to go and sell this flat, people will ask him the question which I'm asking right now. And at that time, neither the son will be available, nor the cousin, nor his wife, and this title will remain always under a cloud. And वो आ बला पकड़ गला शुरू हो जाएगा और निकल ये ड्राफ्टमैन की प्रॉब्लम. And this document was drafted by another eminent lawyer, a solicitor, who wanted to help that man. I am also helping him because he is a friend. Somebody else was also helping him as a friend. And उन्होंने कुछ लिखा अंदर. मैंने कहा साहब ये तो जो नहीं बाकी था उतना उसका भी कबाड़ा करके रख दिया. So we tried to iron out the document, get the confirmation from the son. तो एक बात हो गई कि सन आया, सन ने सही करने की हाँ कही, सही ने कहा मैं ज्वाइन करूंगा, वो भी बोला. उसके चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ने जितने नुक्स निकाले उसको रिजॉल्व किया. उसने कहा कि यूं मत लिखो मेरा 2/3 अभी भी बाकी है, पर यूं कहो कि आई हैव गॉट सम राइट टाइटल इंटरेस्ट इन दिस मैटर, मैं करता हूँ. हमने कहा चलो बला टली, इतना तो बोल दे. एंड ही सेज कि एट माय रिक्वेस्ट पे द मनी टू माय अंकल एंड आंटी. तो वी सेड अब जो इसका होगा वो करेंगे, हमने तो पैसा दे दिया, इधर ही पेज और हिज अंकल पेज दिस income tax or capital gains tax. Now, please try and understand what role a draftman really plays. वो फिर वहां से वापस वो ये मेरा प्रेम पत्र पढ़कर आ गया. So situation ये है, you must have a hold on your facts. You must have the hold. कितनों को हम में से पता है कि सरजमी है पाकिस्तान जो नेशनल एंथम बनी पाकिस्तान की, वो किसने लिखी? आप कहेंगे मुझे क्या लेना देना उससे, कि मैंने तो नहीं लिखी. That was written by जगन्नाथ आजाद. हुआ ये कि पाकिस्तान में जब 1947 में पाकिस्तान बन गया तो झंडा जब ऊपर करते थे तो पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे लगते थे. जिन्ना को बड़ा बुरा लगा कि इनके पास तो वंदे मातरम है, जनगण मन, हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है. तो उन्होंने कहा मुझे 5 दिन में मुझे एक नेशनल एंथम चाहिए और वो मुझे कोई हिंदू के पास से चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं दिखाना चाहता हूं कि पाकिस्तान इज सेक्युलर और हम टॉलरेंट है. तो वो जानते थे लाहौर में रहने वाले जगन्नाथ आजाद को. तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो सरजमी है पाकिस्तान का जो वो गीत है वो उनसे लिया. इट बिकेम ऑफिशियल नेशनल एंथम ऑफ पाकिस्तान. बट जितने मौला थे उनको किसी को ये बात पसंद नहीं आई. सो विद इन 1 year of making of Pakistan, and Jinnah died. After Jinnah's death, there was another song which was got prepared, which was written by Hafiz Jalandhari, and that song has now become a national anthem of Pakistan. So is it not necessary that you should know the background? इतना सारा ना जानो ना सही, पर राजस्थान का क्या है वो तो जानोगे ही ना सर. So unless you have the hold on the facts, unless you on looking at the seller you don't understand that what should be my next question to you about his title, how to look at his property, how to investigate his background and diligence कैसे करूं मैं इसका. I always say कि वो जमाना गया कि आप प्रॉपर्टी के डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़कर अपनी कुर्सी पे या आपकी आर्म चेयर पे बैठ के आप उसको देख के सराहोगे, बताओगे मैंने देख लिया. You have to see so many things. In fact, this evening, last part which I'm giving without taking it to very advanced level, people talk about account audit. If you're dealing with a limited company, you do the accounting audit. That's not enough. You do structural audit. You do environmental audit. You do labor audit. You do, when you are having structures, then you see about the stability audit. Then you look at the shareholding audit. Then you come to the conclusion as to how everything falls in place. Then you advise your client as to how to go about and how do you do the diligence and how you come out. So surely you must know local laws. Surely you must know the central laws. Surely you must know the constitutional scheme of things and the rule of law under which that we operate. तो ये चीजें जब आप देखते हैं, ये चीजें जो आप करते हैं, वहां से आपको समझ में आता है कि now you will not go wrong because आपको इन सब बातों का अंदाजा है, you got a तजुर्बा, and you see as to how it is going about, so nobody can fool you. So सवाल ये है, many times we think कि सब मुझे तो जरा ड्राफ्टिंग सीखना था, मुझे ये सब बातों के लिए पाठशाला में आज मैं गलती से आ गया हूँ, ये तो पागल करने वाली बात है, बिकॉज मुझे तो नींद नहीं आएगी इस बातों से. सब नहीं आया तो मत सोना, पर कोई वो डाइची वाला काम नहीं करना जिसमें किसी से मंगवा के किसी का नाम बदल के डॉक्यूमेंट बना दिए एंड पैसे गिन लिए. ये करने जाओगे तो यू विल बी डूइंग अ ग्रेट डिससर्विस टू समबडी, एंड मोर देन एनीथिंग योर कॉन्शियंस विल बाइट यू and you will not be able to forgive yourself for what trouble you are putting that innocent man who has trusted you. So to my mind, drafting, first step first, do's and don'ts. ये आज की जो हमारी शाम है उसमें मैंने आपसे जो शेयर किया, these are all my, I would say, personal experiences. मैंने देखा और कितना काम आता है. मैंने कहीं से मैंने पढ़ा कि चाइना में जो डॉक्टर होते हैं, वो चाइना के जो डॉक्टर हैं वो मेडिकल कॉलेज में तो जाते ही जाते हैं, और इंसिडेंटली चाइना की मेडिकल कॉलेज में लॉट ऑफ एजुकेशन इज इन इंग्लिश अपार्ट फ्रॉम चाइनीज विथ अ व्यू टू मेक देम यूनिवर्सली एक्सेप्टेबल. उसके अलावा चाइनीज डॉक्टर को एस्ट्रोलॉजी, एस्ट्रोनॉमी और इसके अलावा आई कांट सी माई सेल्फ जो दूसरे जितने सब्जेक्ट है art. Am I heard? Are you able to hear or see me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ये सारे जो सब्जेक्ट है लिटरेचर, और वो बैरफुट डॉक्टर्स है, वो जूते पहन के नहीं घूमते, और ये डॉक्टर जो हैं वो उनको अपार्ट फ्रॉम मेडिसिन सारे सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पता है। तो अगर आपको वकील बनना है, आपको ड्राफ्टिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बनना है, आपको इन ड्राफ्टिंग की स्किल के ऊपर मास्टरी चाहिए, तो आपको टैक्सेशन, डायरेक्ट टैक्स, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स और इंग्लिश और ड्राफ्टिंग पर से, इसको छोड़ के आपको बाकी की जितनी चीजें हैं, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफिया, कल्चर, बैकग्राउंड, लैंग्वेज, बीकानेर की भुजिया और जोधपुर की मिर्ची, ये सब चीजों का आपको अंदाजा होना चाहिए कि क्या होता है और क्या नहीं होता है, और ये डॉक्यूमेंट कैसे पढ़े जाएंगे, कैसे इनके अकाउंट बनते हैं, कैसे बहिया होती है, कैसे कमर्शियल लॉ होगा। आज की शाम मैंने आपके साथ में ड्राफ्टिंग के साथ में कोई प्लीडिंग की बात नहीं छेड़ी है। प्लीडिंग उसे कहते हैं जो कोर्ट में फाइल होता है, वो एक पूरी अलग दुनिया है। इट इज अ कंप्लीटली न्यू, आई वुड से, ऑर्बिट इन अ न्यू एनवायरनमेंट, जिसकी बात कभी किसी और दिन करेंगे। बट द सिचुएशन इज कि जब आप इस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर सोचते हैं तो इसके साथ में और चीजों को भी आप सोचिए, हाँ, जिसमें आपको हफीज जालंधरी भी आ गए, दुष्यंत कुमार भी आ गए, जिन्ना भी आ गए, और फ्रीडम एट मिडनाइट भी आ गई। बड़ी अहमियत है इन चीजों की। एंड इफ यू हैव दैट, तो आपका विजन, आपका डायमेंशन, आपका जो पर्सपेक्टिव है वो पूरा बदलेगा। एंड यू विल नो कि जापान के अंदर जो कविताएं बनती है उसका एक प्रकार है, हमारे वहां जो शायरियां होती हैं उसकी तरह वहां हाइकू होते हैं। 3 लाइन के अंदर पूरी पोएम होती है, सिर्फ 3 लाइन्स, चौथी नहीं होती। एंड दैट इज सपोज्ड टू बी द बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ पोएट्री इन जापान। हाइकू लिखना सीखिए। जब आप हाइकू लिखेंगे 3 लाइन में, वो सारा निचोड़ रख देंगे अंदर, तो वो जो हिना होगी, that is going to be the correct draft which you will do. That's a do. But please don't make 50 pages by borrowing, copying and stealing papers from somewhere and boiler clauses. Otherwise आप अलका बोझ वाली केस में पहुंच जाएंगे, जहां हर वक्त आपका बचना मुमकिन नहीं है। Thank you very much. You have been a great listeners, and I once again thank the Jaipur Chartered Accountant Group and CTC for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share with you my thoughts. And I'm sure that I have digressed from the main subject, but jo zaruri hai, wo digression was more important than merely asking you how to draft and how to go in English. That's irrelevant because wo to aap by and by seekh hi jayenge. But point is कि this is very important, how you look at life around you, और आपके माहौल को आप किस तरह से, आपके जज्बे को किस तरह से बढ़ाते हैं. And I'm sure that if you have gained something out of my presentation, I'll be delighted and feel privileged. And I once again thank you all for sparing your very valuable time. आपकी जिंदगी का इतना बड़ा हिस्सा मुझे आपने दिया है, which is not an ordinary thing, and I'm a very lucky man to have your presence and your attention and your, I would say that, love and affection this evening. Thank you very much once again. God bless you. Thank you. बताइए, कोई questions हो तो I would be delighted to reply.
Yes, sir. I have received one query. Sir, the first query is, can you please share your views about stamp duty issues?
Stamp duty issue is a universal issue throughout India. Rajasthan's stamp duty issue, I am not familiar on a grassroots level because I don't practice in Rajasthan, though in some cases in which that we have got, at times we also get into problem. Unfortunately, in this country, stamp, GST, income tax, these are, though lot is provided in the books, but the administration and management of these departments and areas are not according to the book. And you have to get down to the grassroots level by dealing with people who manage it, and also you have to allow it to be managed instead of throwing books at them and talking to them about it. And I believe that the generating the revenue for the state is one of the important factors which every government, every municipality has to do, and as a result of which there are levies, there are duties, there are stamp duties, there are registration fees which are prescribed. And I believe they are the constraints which in every democracy and in every state economy, it plays a very important role. So far Rajasthan is concerned, stamp duty on the minerals, stamp duty on excavations, stamp duty on property, stamp duty on, I would say, sand and various other things. At every stage, you've got a stamp duty setup which is awaiting you. And the views are, it's a necessary evil. You can't help it because इसके बगैर करेंगे क्या? तो जैसे on the alcohol, we have got a excise duty. The same with these duties and all these aspects of the matter is inevitable and they are necessary. And throughout India, in 28 states and the central territories, we have got stamp duty prescribed by every authority. And nobody is happy with it, but everybody realizes in their heart that without giving, the economy will not work, and that's the reality.
So next is it a prerequisite to include fancy words in a draft, or a simple language will do?
न जाने क्यों, at my age, I still remember every time a love letter. कोशिश करके देखिए आप फैंसी वर्ड्स कितने इस्तेमाल कर सकेंगे और वो उसको इस्तेमाल करने के बाद में how artificial, how unrealistic and how cheap it will look when you will make that letter. Same way, there is no need for using fancy words to either show off that you know a language or that you have a great command on English. अब तो synonym antonym क्या तो एक click पे आपको मिल जाते हैं 10-10, 20-20 options. So you think जरा 2-4 वर्ड इस्तेमाल कर लेते तो पता तो चले कि हम कितना जानते हैं. But that's not necessary. I would say that no need for any fancy words and expressions. Use the expressions which are necessary and which are able to convey the meaning. That would be my sincere advice and recommendation to you.
Sir, I have one more point on this. What happens that many a times the people or the clients are not that paying. For example, I just talk about a simple thing, partnership deed drafting. And when you are there to charge a handsome amount, then they say ki this is too much. How you'll draft? You have to just make a copy paste, and as the fees are not that structured, so you end up by doing the same or you instruct the same. आपने एक standard template बना रखा है, उसमें से कुछ plus minus किया, and you have given the same to that client. So how to deal with this kind? Obviously, we want that we have must a proper drafting. We must understand both all of the partners. We must sit with them. We have all the clauses to on time with them. Even sometimes we tell that to our client, but they are like कि बना दो सर बस ठीक है legal उसके लिए तो चाहिए कुछ नहीं होगा. What to do in these kind of issues?
I'll answer. अगर आपका डॉक्टर ये सोचे कि ये पेशेंट अफोर्डिंग है पर फिर भी पैसे देने वालों में से तो नहीं है, अब इसको तो 3 डिग्री बुखार है और मुझे नहीं लगता है कि इसको कुछ ज्यादा देना चाहिए, इसको लटकाओ, जो होगा इसकी किस्मत. मैं तो इसमें कोई इंटरेस्ट लेने वाला नहीं हूँ, पिछली फीस भी नहीं देके गया. इट इज वेरी सिमिलर टू दिस काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स. पार्टनरशिप डीड के अंदर 3 प्रोविजंस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आइदर यू विल से इट इज एट विल, or it is supposed to be project partnership or a time partnership, or you will say on the death of a partner who will be entitled to the assignment, and also the provision for the arbitration. फर्ज करिए आपके पास जो पुराना घिसा पीटा एक ड्राफ्ट पड़ा है जो आपने बोला ये तो देने वालों में से नहीं है, he is a leech, he is just a climber on, I don't want to do any work for him, तो मैं कहाँ बैठूंगा. और इसमें से ये तीनों चीजें एब्सेंट है इस ड्राफ्ट से, तो उसका आगे चल के जो आएगा और जो आपका सर खपाएगा, इट विल बी वेरी पेनफुल. आई एम नॉट हियर टू एडवाइज यू बिकॉज पैसे की तो सबको जरूरत है एंड श्योरली आई आल्सो नीड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, बट द क्वेश्चन इज, माय सीनियर टॉट मी समथिंग व्हिच आई ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, और ऐसे ख्याल जब आते हैं तब उनकी याद मुझे बहुत आती है. माय सीनियर यूज्ड टू टेल मी कि परिमल, डोंट लुक एट द मनी, डू द वर्क. When you will do the work, the money will follow. And सच्चे दिल से अगर काम करोगे तो तुम्हारे पैसे कहीं नहीं जाएंगे, अभी नहीं मिलेंगे पर कभी कभी तो मिल ही जाएंगे। और इफ यू आर ऑनेस्ट विथ योर वर्क यू विल श्योरली हैव, इफ नॉट दैट क्लाइंट समबडी एल्स विल कम इन। तो आपकी जो शोहरत होगी, आपकी जो काम होगा, आपकी जो ड्राफ्ट लोग देखेंगे साल 2 साल 4 साल में, कहेंगे बड़ा प्यारा बनाया ये ना, दिस मैन हैज थॉट अबाउट एवरीथिंग, सारे एंगल्स देख लिए थे। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, आप उनको कहिए कि साहब आप मुझे जो 1500 2000 5000 देते हो उसमें मेरा कुछ बनना नहीं है, पर मैं आपको जो दे रहा हूँ वो 5 लाख का ड्राफ्ट है, मर्जी आगे आपकी, और आप आते रहना, देखना कि इसकी क्या खूबी है। सो आई बिलीव पीपल डू अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर सस्ते में हीरा मिल जाता है तो लोगों को वैल्यू तो होती है कि भाई ये तो बहुत चीप दिया था, आदमी तो अच्छा है, दूसरी बार जरा ट्राई करेंगे इसके साथ।
There is one more question, sir. Is there any
Please go ahead.
is there any lawyer's dictionary in which we can find the translation of normal words into legal words? It would be very appreciable by and beneficial to all the doctors.
जी सवाल ये है कि if you are, first of all you must know the correct English word. उसके बाद में जो ये जो क्लिस्ट जो शब्दावली होती है, जो आपका राजस्थान स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की भी अपनी इंग्लिश टू हिंदी की जो डिक्शनरी है, those words may not be, आपको कोलोक्वियल करना पड़ेगा। I never wanted to start this, पर आपने मुझे छेड़ दिया है तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ। There is so much of, in certain part of Rajasthan, there is so much of Urdu, there is so much of a Hindustani which is there, and there's so much of Marwadi on the other side. तो जो वर्ड्स की आप ट्रांसलेशन की भी जो बातें कर रहे हैं, तो किस हलक के साथ में, किस लैंग्वेज में, किस ग्रुप के लिए आप कर रहे हो, उस पे उसका डिपेंड होगा। तो कई जगहों में, कई ये 33 डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ राजस्थान जो है, उसमें कई जगहों में रजिस्ट्रार अंग्रेजी में लेने को कबूल नहीं करता, बोलता हिंदी में करवा के ले आओ, बाकी मैं वो रजिस्टर भी नहीं करूंगा। वो नहीं कर सकता है पर वो करता है। तो पॉइंट ये है, you will have to have some sort of a colloquial Hindi which may not be meeting the dictionary Hindi. So somewhere you will have to meet halfway and ensure कि किस तरह से आप इसको accommodate करेंगे। पर अंग्रेजी ओरिजिनल जानना बेहद जरूरी है, जिससे कि ये हिंदी, उर्दू, मारवाड़ी बन सके और जिसको आप इस्तेमाल कर सके।
Sir, what is the treatment of HUF property in will? Whether we have to make another will, whether we have to make a separate will, or how partition is possible in case of property?
Nobody knows better than you about section 179 of the Income Tax Act, which talks about that HUF cannot be partially partitioned. And at the same time, Hindu law talks about that on the death of a person, the HUF gets dissolved. So now what happens is that you cannot will away the HUF property. Because अगर फर्ज करिए कि मेरा HUF है, परिमल श्रॉफ HUF है, जिसमें मेरी बीवी, मेरा बेटा और मेरी बेटी है, अगर ये लोग अगर मेरे साथ में, तो मैं ये परिमल श्रॉफ HUF को मैं will away नहीं कर सकता हूँ, पर my share, my right in my HUF, I can will away. So as and when the HUF is dissolved or partitioned and the shares are divided, then in that event, my share, I may say that so far as my share is concerned, I am giving that away to my wife. So she will have her one share as well as my share. So she will become entitled to 2/4. That I can always provide. There is no need for making any separate will, but this is a situation which is narrated. So accordingly, you can deal with your property as a disposition upon a testamentary disposition which you want to do.
Sir, what will happen if the stamp duty is underpaid or unpaid? Is there
Every state, including Rajasthan, has a provision for insufficiently stamped document to be impounded. That means they will take control of it. They will charge penalty on it. They will recover the money as a land revenue, and that will have to be paid. Otherwise, it will be remaining a charge on the subject matter of that document. What is there a property? It will be attached, and the revenue officer will adopt under the land revenue code further actions for the purpose of recovery of that insufficiently paid stamp duty.
Sir, while drafting agreements, is there any structure that we should follow?
I would say, when you sit down to draft that document, whatever document that you are going to do, it should be in before your eyes like a teleprinter. कई लोग जो आज शाम को बात कर रहे हैं उनका भी सामने स्क्रीन से पढ़ के बोल रहे थे, और कई जो न्यूज रीडर होते हैं वो स्क्रीन पे पढ़ते हैं और उनकी आंखें बड़ी पुतलियां उनकी स्थिर हो जाती हैं। तो आपकी आंखें भी वैसे स्थिर हो जानी चाहिए। यू मस्ट हैव द डॉक्यूमेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। आपकी दिमाग की नजर के सामने डॉक्यूमेंट पूरा होना चाहिए। इतने सालों के बाद मेरी ये हालत है कि आप मुझे फीड कर दीजिए डेटा, तो मैं जब बैठूंगा लिखाने के लिए तो आई वोंट स्टॉप एनीवेयर, वन आफ्टर द अदर आफ्टर द थर्ड क्लॉजेस अपने आप आते जाएंगे, बिकॉज यू हैव थॉट ओवर द होल डॉक्यूमेंट. इट स्प्रिंग्स इन योर हार्ट and in your mind and it comes out of your mouth and then you are putting it on transcribing on the screen and it comes out. तो आपको आपका डॉक्यूमेंट सोच के लिखाना चाहिए, लिखाने के बाद नहीं सोचना चाहिए. कई लोग सोचते हैं कि जरा मैं क्या लिखूं, जरा एक उधर से ला, एक क्लॉज इधर डाल दे, हाँ अभी बराबर लग रहा है, अभी जरा एक दो चार और लाके दे दे. तो ये आप बेल नहीं बना रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट मेकिंग चार्ट, यू आर मेकिंग अ डॉक्यूमेंट. तो ये पहले बन जाना चाहिए. इट मस्ट बी मेड हियर and then it should be on the paper.
Sir, one practical experience is that we find so many problems that may occur, the draft becomes so too long. What to do?
See, the point is कि जरूरत होने पे अगर लंबा होता है तो हो जाने दीजिए, because हम लोग सीरियल सबसे लंबी हुई है हिंदुस्तान में, पर हो गई और होनी जरूरी थी. अगर आप वो नहीं बना रहे हैं तो आप 20 एपिसोड में भी एक सीरियल बना सकते हैं. तो पॉइंट ये है, जरूरत हो तो जैसे बड़े बूढ़े बोलते हैं कि जरूरत हो तो खून दे देना, वरना एक ढीला मत देना किसी को. तो आप उतने ही वर्ड इस्तेमाल करिए जितने जरूरी है. बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव क्लैरिटी इन योर थॉट एंड बिकॉज यू डोंट नो व्हाट यू रिक्वायर allied situation to be resolved, therefore you keep on making long drafts because you don't know which situation you are going to face. अगर आपने डॉक्यूमेंट सोच लिया और आपको पता चल गया तो then it's going to be short. और हिंदुस्तान में ये होता था 1970 के पहले 6 से 7 पैराग्राफ के गाने होते थे हिंदी फिल्मों में, और आज ये है कि सिर्फ 3 पैराग्राफ होते हैं. तो हमारे गाने शॉर्ट हो गए. वो जो पैराग्राफ है वो रिपीट होते हैं, पर 6 पैराग्राफ 8 पैराग्राफ अब नहीं आते हैं. मुगले आजम के या बरसात की रात की कवाली नहीं होती. सो यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट जब आप जान लेते हैं तो वो अपने आप शॉर्ट हो जाते हैं, जरूरी नहीं होता. यू हैव टू थिंक योर डॉक्यूमेंट इन दैट ड्राफ्ट.
Sir, how important is recitals, preamble part of a document?
Just for your knowledge and to all friends who are listening, recitals form part and parcel of the document. And recitals can be read for the explanation of the operative part of the agreement. Recital में कुछ लिखा, वहां मेल था, पीछे operative part में फीमेल हो गया, ये नहीं चल सकता. Recital is inseparable part document. It has to be accurate, it has to tally, it has to be uniform, and it has to match with the rest of the document. और वो पूरा जो शादी में जब आप सहरा बंदी होती है तो आपकी जो शेरवानी है और आपका जो मोजड़ी है वो सारा एक तरीके का होता है. वो एक लाल, एक पीला, एक सफेद नहीं होता है. वो you need to be completely in order and it has to be uniform.
Anyone else who has questions, you can raise your hand and put your question. So that's the sir, thanks a lot for this wonderful deliberation on art of writing, do's and don'ts, and telling us about the life philosophy, letting us know many things which I think from Rajasthan we also don't know. And it was some history part from the lake of Pichola to the deserts. You just let us know many things, sir. Thanks a lot for this wonderful deliberation and letting us know the do's and don'ts about the art of drafting, because this is not a very short topic to discuss in particular session, but to have just know how about the topic. Sir, there is one question also coming. I am just
Please.
सर नमस्ते.
नमस्कार.
सर मैंने एक वीडियो में आपका हैदराबाद नवाब की प्रॉपर्टी का भी किस्सा सुना था. वो आप और लेकिन आज का मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर हमने किसी डॉक्यूमेंट पर स्टाम्प ड्यूटी पे नहीं की है या अंडरपेड कर दी है, तो उस डॉक्यूमेंट की वैलिडिटी की एविडेंशियल वैल्यू क्या रहेगी फ्यूचर में? हम पर कहीं वो जो अलका बोस वाला केस लगेगा या क्या होगा?
सवाल ये है कि अगर ये बहुत रीसेंट डॉक्यूमेंट है जो आपके पास है या नहीं भी हो, किसी भी टाइम का, माने ये अगर वो राणा प्रताप के टाइम का हो तो अलग बात है, पर अगर आपका फर्ज करिए 2, 5, 10 साल पुराना डॉक्यूमेंट है जिसमें इनसफिशिएंटली स्टैंप है, you can still under the stamp act produce it before the collector or competent authority, pay penalty, get it regularized and make it I would say regularized, and that it can be used for the purpose of evidence. Alternately आप कहेंगे साहब वो पैसे बहुत लगते हैं, मेरा इरादा नहीं है। insufficiently stamped document अगर है और वो रजिस्ट्री कराने की जरूरत नहीं थी और वो स्टैंपिंग बराबर नहीं है, तो जब आप इसे प्रोड्यूस करेंगे कोर्ट प्रोसीडिंग में, अगर किसी जगह में आपको ये दस्तावेज दिखाना पड़ा, तो वो डॉक्यूमेंट कोर्ट इसे इंपाउंड करेगी, उनकी ड्यूटी है, और वो इसे इंपाउंड करा के ये डॉक्यूमेंट जो है वो स्टैंप ऑफिस को भेजेगी और उसको कहेगी इस पर क्या ड्यूटी लगती है बताओ, और फिर उसके ऊपर आपसे रिकवर करवा के फिर उसको रेगुलराइज करवाएगी। तो रहा सवाल, क्या ये डॉक्यूमेंट कभी प्रोड्यूस हो ही नहीं सकता? हो सकता है, पर वो इंपाउंड कोर्ट करेगी। उसके पहले अगर आप चाहें और आप करवा लें तो वो रेगुलराइज हो जाएगा, या तो आप उस मौके की तलाश में रहिए कब आपको इसका इस्तेमाल करना है, तो तब जाके करवा लीजिएगा, पेनल्टी और इंटरेस्ट बढ़ेगा उसके ऊपर, तो वो आप कंपैरेटिव के आपके एडवांटेजेस देख लीजिए एंड देन यू कैन अकॉर्डिंगली डील विद इट।
थैंक यू सर।
One last question.
Okay,
sir. That any good book or material available to have knowledge about drafting?
आप मुझे सुनते रहिए। आई बिलीव दैट एक नहीं, इसमें कई बुक्स हैं। आप देखिए, आप इसको बुक्स वाली बात तो ये कि हर एक एंगल से उसको पढ़ना है, उसको सोचना है, और सबसे बड़ी बात है लॉ कॉलेज में या किसी एक शख्स के पास आपको इन सब बातों के ऊपर कोई इतनी रोशनी गिरेगी नहीं। आपको जहां से मिले वहां से आपको नॉलेज लेना है, आपको डॉक्यूमेंटों को देखना है, आपको सपोर्टिंग लॉज को पढ़ना है, आपको केसेस को देखने हैं, और आपको उस हिसाब से अपना विजन आपका जो है उसको ब्राइटन करना है। तो देन इट विल बी पॉसिबल फॉर यू टू रिमेन कंसिस्टेंट एंड टू एडवांस योर नॉलेज एंड probably achieve some greater success in the matter. I am very glad that you people are there and you have given me this opportunity. I thank you once again, and I'm sure that some assistance you will get out of my presentation, and I must once again thank you and take your leave this evening. Thank you very much, Shishir ji, Ravi ji.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Now, for the concluding remarks, I would like to invite our founder, President Vishnu Agarwal.
Thank you, Shishir. Good evening, everyone. I see Vishnu Agarwal on behalf of JCAG and CTC extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our today's speaker, Advocate Shri Parimal Shah, sir. Sir, you have enlightened us on a topic which I think is of most importance in our profession. I'm sure that all the participants will be highly benefited from the excellent coverage of topic, and it will be very helpful in our day-to-day drafting. As Shishir said in the starting of the session that be ready for roller coaster ride. I think हम सब ने वो really sense किया है, feel किया है. From starting from art of drafting, हमने history, geography, Jaipur, Rajasthan, India, all over the world, politics, freedom, love letter, हम लोगों ने सब चीज़ों के मजे लिए अच्छे से. So thank you so much, sir, for this deliberation. I also wish to express my gratitude to our today's guest and our co-host, Mr. Anish Thakkar, CTC President, for sharing his words of wisdom with us and provide us encouragement to organize this workshop, that is Alekhan Legal Drafting Ki Pathshala. Thank you so much, Anish, sir. Now, as we are ending today's session, I would like to brief some important points regarding our group discussions going to be conducted tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Although you might have received the same in your ebook, page number 17 to 19. The first important thing is the link will be remain same throughout all the sessions. You all are requested to join the session before 15 minutes so that there will be no inconvenience. If you get disconnected during the meeting for any technical reason, you may rejoin with the same link. We also request that कि आप लोग लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन करें so that there may be less distraction or less disturbance due to calls or messages, and bandwidth will be good. So जब आप लोग कल ज्वाइन करेंगे इस लिंक के थ्रू, so you all will be divided in groups of 25 to 30 persons and sent to allocated breakup rooms. And there will be moderators and administrator to take care of you and for moderation of group discussion. You also have to remember your group name so that in case if you get log out from the session, you can host may send you in your group, particular group. All participants will be in default mute mode. They may, however, participate in group discussion by raising hands or writing in chat box to unmute. Group leader will then allow them to discuss anything they want. So that's all from our side. All you are requested to keep your videos on throughout the session. But if you are facing bandwidth issue, you can keep your videos off. If you have any question during the speaker's presentation, you may also raise your hands or write in chat box. Thank you so much. So get ready for great learning, sharing, and networking for next 2 days. Thank you so much. See you all at tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parimal sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and good night to you. Thank you.
Please keep on blessing us. We'll soon call you again, Jaipur, after COVID, physically also. We'll love to see you.
Most
and
welcome.
the same.
So
My
all the
pleasure.
participants are requested to join for the group discussions because this is the unique part of the event. So because हम बोलते हैं और डिस्कस करते हैं उससे हमारा ज्ञान जरूर बढ़ता है, और जो सर ने भी आज हमें कुछ चीजें बताई हैं और जो हमारे पास में भी कुछ बातें होती है वो कल हम लोग जरूर डिस्कस करेंगे. So I request everyone to please join for the group discussion. The instructions already sent on the group, and definitely we will send it again on the group, but the WhatsApp group we have created for the participants. So thanks for the day. Good evening, good night, all of you.
Thank you, sir.